Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of day you're watching this video. Anyway, it's going to be a completely different video to what I normally do. As you can see, there's nothing on the ramp yet, and the doors ain't even open. Rather than do one specific job, I'm going to do a bit of a weekly video and see what I get up to throughout the week. But we are on Monday, and the first things first is have a little bit of a brush up around my working area, because we should all know by now I do like a little bit of a clean working area, because there's nothing worse than dirt underneath your feet. Right, well, let's get going. Little Peugeot partner van, 1.6 DV6, probably the best diesel engine ever produced. We're going to be doing a timing belt water pump on it. The parts will be here shortly. By the time I've got it stripped down, they'll be here. As soon as I've done this one, I've got a Ford CMax, which is having a wet belt, but we need to have a little look at it first because it's been run low on oil. Anyway, let's get this Peugeot done first. Right, now, while I'm setting this up, these little DV6s, for anybody that's like an apprentice or starting out in the trade and you want to get into timing belts, these DV6s are probably the timing belt to get involved in. They are absolutely brilliant, and they don't take long at all to do. An hour and a half maybe. That's why I'm getting this one done out the way. That makes sense. Right, that now set up. Engine mount removed, top timing cover removed. Now we have got a timing pin that goes in the camshaft, which locks into the cylinder head. Now the crank can be 180 degrees out, but we won't know until we get that crank pulley off. Now, camshaft's timed up. It's a 50-50 chance whether we've got it right at the crank. Let's take it up and get the crank pulley off. Oh, I tell you what, this car's had a alternator by the looks of it, or belt or something. And for those who don't know, the tensioners on these have got like a little lug. Let me try and show you. That one there. And somebody has mashed the end of it, which means it's pretty hard to remove. So I'm gonna have to try and get a bar in there, and I don't know how we're gonna do it. But yeah, we'll get it off. Right, timing cover is now off. Now, we were right, believe it or not. I should put the lottery numbers on because that pin was an exact correct position with the timing pin to go in. Now, the fuel pump on these, it does need a pin, but it doesn't need a pin. I've done that many of them, I can gauge where it needs to be locked. It's literally, in a minute, I'll show you in a second. But on these DV6s, it's very rare the timing belt fails. They do fail, but it's very rare it's the actual timing belt. It's normally the water pump or a tensioner that lets go, which is, this vehicle is about 30,000 miles early for its timing belt, and as you can see, we have got a little bit of coolant escaping from the pump. Right, so I'm going to get this tensioner off and get this belt off. Right, well, I'm waiting for now just that coolant to drain out, but I have had a customer turn up with a Range Rover black with 4 wheels and one of these things. And we're going to just do a little bit of bag on it because his battery light is coming on. Not the battery, what the alternator charging light. The light to say low battery. So we're going to have a little look. Right, let's get back to this Peugeot. Now the Land Rover, I think it's had a new battery fitted elsewhere and they haven't reset the battery monitoring. But anyway, I've done it and the customer's going to see how it goes over the next couple of days. But I've gone ahead, I put the brand new belt on. Now, we all know by now my preferred belt is INA Schaeffler. Tensioner bang on there. I don't know if you can see. There's the camera focus. The tensioner is bang on. And also the fuel pump, when I said at the beginning of the video that the hole's got to be bang in the middle, well, that is bang in the middle. It might look off because it is obviously mirrored by the camera. But let's go ahead and get this vehicle put back together. And there we have, not long, and it is all back together. We've made everything look nice and clean and made it look as if something's been done. Because the last thing, well, the first thing this customer's going to do when they go home is open the bonnet and go, if it's still dirty, oh, what's been done here? At least if it's nice and clean, something looks as if it's been done. Fresh coolant in it. It's got the key. Give it a big start. Got two choices in it. It either starts or it doesn't. Perfect. Like a little Singer sewing machine. Now that is done. While I'm leaving it get up to temperature, make sure that the water's circulating and we've got no air locks, I'm just going to be putting all my tools away, ready for the next job. Right, next on the ramp is a 2017 Ford CMax 1 litre EcoBoost, and the vehicle has covered 74,000 miles. Now there's a little bit of a story behind it. Apparently the oil light was flashing 200 miles ago. It's driven quite some distance with the oil light on, but it's still running. We start it up. You see, oil light is still on. Now this doesn't sound healthy at all. There's quite a lot of oil everywhere. It is quite a noisy engine. Now, I was hoping that I was going to try and save it and put a belt on and just see what happens, but I think I've done a diagnostic report on it, and we have got, which could end up being a lot more than what the customer has planned for. You know, camshaft be over position over time in advance. Obviously, it's going to be lack of oil going to the dephasers for the variable valve timing. Lack of oil, chances are the pulleys are kaput. Turbocharger, supercharger, under boost condition, and the O2 sensor circuit low. Right. A little bit more than what we expected for, but I think the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to have a little look at the turbo. If we just pull that intake off and see if there's any play in the turbine shaft and also the fuel, high pressure fuel pump, and just see if the bottom of that camshaft bucket is worn. Because if it's worn, it's getting a new engine. I really do not like to be a defeatist. But however, we flip it around and we have a little look at that impeller, that compressor wheel. We have a little look at the fins on it. You can quite clearly see that they are worn. And if they're worn, we've got play in that turbine shaft. So I'll try and show you now. Right, we're going to get a little pickaroony now. We're going to just get that pick inside that compressor wheel and see if I can, oh, look at that. There we go. One turbine has left the chat. I think it would be false economy to carry on putting that timing belt on, but we're not going to stop there. We are going to go ahead and get that fuel pump off and just have a little look at the condition of the camshaft. Right, well, I am taking this fuel pump off. Now, it might be all right because we haven't got any fuel pressure faults. But that doesn't mean that it's not worn. We've got two choices, haven't we? I think, oh my God. Oh, it hasn't worn the bucket. The bucket seems to be okay, but there is no oil on it. No oil on it. Right, well, I have had a little closer inspection of this fuel pump bucket that goes on the camshaft lobe, and it is quite badly worn. It's not worn through. I have seen them where they've worn completely through, but it has got somewhere there. You know, you can see. It's not looking good, not looking good. I'm going to make an executive decision to stop doing anything to this vehicle. I'm going to put it back together. If the camshaft's that bad, turbo's failed, we're probably going to want a vacuum pump as well, because that controls all the vac solenoids and stuff like that. It's going to get expensive. So I'm going to have a little word with the customer, get everything priced up. It's going to have 2 new camshaft dephasers. I wouldn't like to put them back on, especially if it's had no oil at the top end. Because we know it's lost oil pressure at the top end because the turbo's failed. Oh, and we've also got a rocker cover, which is split, and somebody's trying to bodge it. And you can see, got a big crack in it. I think it's just going to be one of them jobs that, very long bill. Right, next on the agenda, we have got a 2015 Nissan Qashqai with a dashboard, which is like Blackpool illuminations. Now, I think I know what this is before we even plug it in. We turn the radio down. We've got tyre pressure warning light, ABS light, stability control, comes up with crash for that, system faults, and I got a funny feeling it's going to be a rear ABS fault because the wires are prone for snapping on these. I might be wrong. We'll grab the tool, the diagnostic tool, and we'll have a little look and see what codes we've got. How is everybody anyway? Are we all good? We all had a good weekend? I'm thinking I might change my plan on this video now. I might post it tonight, which is Monday, because I think we're getting a little bit too long-winded. That's an EV. Yeah, but we're going to have a little look and see what happens. Now, as always, we're going to be jumping straight into this vehicle and making a diagnostic report before we even touch it. And we have got some past faults, which is in the engine control, anti-lock brakes, rear right-hand sensor, sensor 1. Yeah, that's going to be a broken wire with that one. Sunshine sensor up here, don't know, maybe it's past. Current vehicle speed, that's all going to be down to the ABS, low wheel pressure sensor. It's all going to be down to about one fault, I think. Let's get it up in the air and have a little look-a-rooney. While I'm waiting for my ramp to go down, I'm kind of glad in a way well, I'm not glad that it's turned out the way it has, because it's unfortunate for the customer. But I'm kind of glad that, for me, that CMax, which I've just had a look at, has turned out the way it has, because that should have been done Friday. Because I had a right drama last week. If it could go wrong, it went wrong. It turned into an absolute nightmare, which has messed this week up. But now it's come good. Believe it or not, it's come good. Anyway, right, let's get this vehicle up in the air. With a little bit of magic, the vehicle is now in the air. And this is where they normally snap. On the plug, as it comes through the boot floor to the ABS sensor. Oh, there we go, straight away. There we go. We've got a green, broken, snapped wire. What we're going to have to do, I think, is have a look to see if we can get it repaired. Do you know when you just get like told half a story? No communication, zero communication. This car was brought in a week ago, 2 weeks ago. One of the other lads have had a little look at it, diagnosed it, and I've asked the question, where's the plugs? We've got a new second-hand one here, which has been organised for the vehicle. But again, it's just a story of my life, lack of communication, or no communication. But anyway, let's get this butchered into that wire. I wouldn't say butchered, but you know what I mean. Let's get it spliced in. And I've even got time for a little bit of grub. Got a little bit of a... Oh, I've hit that too fast. A little bit of a meal deal. Very rare that I eat in a day. But I'm quite hungry today, I'm not going to lie. I'm quite hungry. Right. We'll have this and then we'll crack back on with that. Well, that's me dinner polished off, and I have jumped straight back on this. Now what we've done, rather than solder the wires, we've actually crimped them. And the crimping pieces that we use, they have got heat shrink on them, which is going to seal it and stop all the condensation and moisture and God knows what getting in there. Now before we all tape it up and make it look nice and pretty, we're going to give it a little bit of a test. Right, we've dropped the vehicle down, ignition is on. We're going to jump back around to our diag now. We're going to do that. We're going to jump into some live data. That's better, camera's straight. Read data street, main signals, wheel speed, rear left. Right, rear right wheel speed, rear left wheel speed. Let's put into a little bit of a graph. Let's see what happens. That one works beautifully. Go around to the one that is faulty. And it is working perfectly. Job is a good one. Let's keep the ignition on for a minute, and what we're going to do is just clear every single fault code out of the vehicle. We might still get a couple of lights on until we actually drive it. All lights are off, other than that orange exclamation. That might be because the door's open with the seatbelt. I'm not wearing my seatbelt because I'm not going anywhere just as of yet. Right, let's get this tidied up. Talking about dodgy connections and broken wires, it does remind me I have got a Vauxhall Renault Vivaro traffic thing at the top of the yard, which come to me about a week, 2 weeks ago. And I said I'd try and fit it in between jobs. It's had a little bit of work carried out, and they've pinched the wiring loom and the gearbox to the engine, and I've got to try and find a repair piece of the wiring loom for that. So yeah, it's just jogged my memory doing this. We will get around to doing that. Right, well, we've taped it up a little bit, the first half. Now, if you're new to the channel, why aren't you subscribed already? And if you do like these videos, please hit that like and subscribe, obviously. Now, I do often say you should never throw anything away. Obviously, I need some of that, you know, that tubing, that corrugated tubing that goes over wiring looms and stuff. Got an old wiring loom. Never throw anything away because you might need a plug or a bit of wire or something like that. The bit that I took off this vehicle, obviously it's all mangled and it's too thin to go back on, but I have got a little bit of larger piece which we're going to take off this loom now and salvage and put it on this one. And there we have it. We have salvaged that little piece and it's all taped up. And we've also made it look as if nothing's been done. Job is a good one. Right, well that car is now pretty much done, but I've just started up, and obviously because all the fault codes have been erased, the tyre pressure monitoring system is now working correctly. But it's not reading the front ones. So what I'm going to do before I take it down the road for a little bit of a test drive is just check the tyre pressure sensors themselves with the launch TS gun. Absolutely brilliant. Once I've read all the TPMS sensors, it may have just woke them all up. Now the car is reading them. All the IDs, everything's working as it should. Temperature, the battery's normal. Job is a good one. All we've got to do is just pump the tyres up. That Nissan Qashqai now is perfect. I just popped down the road in it. There's no lights on and everything is pretty decent. Now I have got a little Fiesta. This is the engine that Ford should never I've got rid of, the little 1.25. Absolutely fantastic engines these are. Unfortunately, it has got a little bit of a coolant leak. So we're gonna have to top some coolant in it and then we'll get our pressure tester on it. We popped some fresh fluid in it, pumped it up, and it is going down. Definitely got a leak. Let's take it up and have a little look. Now, the only thing that let these engines down was the water pumps and also the core plugs inside the cylinder head. They used to fail and rot quite bad. But yeah, we're going up slowly, Right, well, we have found the leak and it is coming from the bottom of the thermostat. So what I'm gonna try and do is try and get one organised. Hang on, mate, hang on. Right, we're now at 3:20. And I've managed to catch the van, and it's not actually a thermostat, it's a water outlet. It's broke, plastic broke anyway. So we're gonna take it up in the air now. We've got to take the alternator off because there's a bolt right underneath the alternator. It's probably gonna make the job a little bit easier for me as well. I'm gonna plod on and get it off. I told the little porky, it is actually a thermostat housing. But if we have a little look at the seal, see how it's sitting just proud out the housing there, and we come around the top, and it is flat. But I have just literally managed to catch the van as whether it turns up or not, I don't know. Because we've had to take the alternator belts off. And it's got a little bit of a split in it, so we're replacing that and all. Right, well, it's 4:30 and the parts have just turned up. How we doing, mate? You alright? What we got? Little thermostat housing, I think, is it?
Air filter?
No. Yeah. Well, it's not for me. No, that's not for me.
Can I have that?
You can have whatever you want, mate.
Just that bit for a minute.
Yep. Everything apart from what I needed. Right. We've got the other van. The other van's here. We got everything.
I presume so.
Thermostat housing, belt. Winning. I'm off. Take it easy. See you later. Yes. Right, let's get this chucked on. And there we go. New belt, new thermostat. I think it'd be false economy not to put a thermostat in it while we've got it off because it is a little bit of a nightmare. That seal looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Sticking out a little bit. Right, let's get this chucked on. Well, I don't think we've done bad, did we? Not even 5 o'clock. Get alternating on. We put a brand new alternator belt. Coolant in it. Just going to get on the key now. Give it a big start. Got two choices. Well, we started. Belt's going round absolutely beautifully. All the air is going to be purged out the system. I'm pretty happy. Job's a good one. I'm going to leave it now for 5 minutes or so, get up to temperature while I'm putting all my tools away. I don't think I've been that bad today. I've been pretty busy. Plenty of things to keep me occupied. And I'm kind of glad that that CMax went the way it did, because I would have been able to catch up with these little quick jobs. Now, over the next couple of days, I have got a couple of great big Volvos that are coming in for timing belts, gearbox services, and one thing or another. I'll probably do a video on one of them, not two of them. But I hope from this video you can see why I don't upload like I used to. My workload's just bang, bang, bang all the time. It's flat out, absolutely flat out. But anyway, if you've liked the video and you've made it this far, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I will definitely see you on the next video. Take it easy and let's get it 7.